news. This government absolutely hates mothers. Might hate children more. I don't know, but I'm quite sure that they absolutely hate mothers. Let me show you how they're trying to tell mothers that the best place for their children is not with them. Isn't this great? Isn't this just, oh, it's so fantastic? Well done. Well done, feminism. I think you've played a blinder here because you think you've got something. Women have been told that oh my God, you're so valued. It's so brilliant. You can go to work and leave the children that you love with someone else. And you can do it and go to a job that you absolutely hate. Because we're not talking, look, the majority of women in this country don't do a job that they love. They don't do a job that they love or feel that they have to go back to because they're better off at their job than they are staying at home with their children. Now, I know it's not very popular, and I'm sure lots of people hate it, and I'm sure I'm some sort of trad wife for actually liking my own children. But I'm going to say it anyway because I think someone needs to say it. It's nonsense. It's nonsense that most women want to be able to rush back into a job that barely pays enough for them to go back to work. That's number one. Number two, they do not actually like their babies. Most women like their babies. I've never seen someone drop their kid off for the first day in childcare and skip away and punch the sky like these little non-verbal children that can't even tell you how they feel, that burst into tears when you pick them up because they're so relieved that you actually came back. So I don't want to hear this absolute nonsense that women, that this is great for women. This is not great for women. We've managed to get into this situation where in order for some people to afford to actually have a roof over their heads and pay for it themselves, they've got to put their tiny little babies into daycare. So this is the wonderful government. You ready?
So tell me a bit about what you think the benefits of early education are, what you've experienced as a parent.
Early education. Just bear that in mind. She just said early education.
Yeah, definitely. My daughter's been in nursery since she was 10 months. I went back to work, and the benefits they're huge. As I said that she's a summer baby, so there's always that worry before she goes into school for September.
She's not going to school. She's not going to school before she's 1, is she? She's not going to school before she's 2. She's not going to school before she's 3. She's not going to school before she's 4. She's going to go to school just before she's 5. Are we honest? Are we honestly saying? We honestly saying that a child who's 4 years old benefits from going to nursery at 10 months? Is that what we're saying? So that this woman could go back to work. Now, I don't know if she left her baby for 5 days a week or just for 20 hours or whatever it was, but she left a 10-month-old that was probably nonverbal in a daycare, and she feels that's beneficial because her daughter's a summer baby and is going to go to school and be younger than everyone else. Bearing in mind, it's also a girl, which means she's got better fine motor skills. She can grip a pencil better. She'll be better at kind of being quite self-sufficient. She'll be much more mature than the boys in her class. So actually, a summer girl baby is probably about the same as a September old for his year boy baby.
But actually her social communication is sometimes, actually beyond, maybe friends, children that I have.
So she said...
So how do you think...
Hang on. So what this woman has been told to say, because I can't imagine this is actually what she thinks, that her daughter communicates better because she left her in daycare when she was 10 months old, unlike her friends who obviously just have children at home and don't ever talk to them. Is that what she's trying to say? That her friends don't talk to her children? Or that those of us that have been lucky enough to stay home, we don't take our children out of the house? That they don't see extended family? That they don't get spoken to? That they don't socialize with children of their own age? This is so revolting. I can't tell you how revolting I find it. And I know that some of you will be very upset. And I want you to identify, are you upset because you had to do it? And it's a difficult place to go if we have to do things that we really, really don't like. We can't face, we don't have a choice, so it's better just to compartmentalize. Are we feeling guilt and shame here? Are we feeling like there's nothing that can be done, so it's horrible to make women feel bad about this? And I am saying women because I think women are much better mothers to children than men are. Is that why we're saying it? Can we not divert and refocus and repurpose that that energy of not liking what I'm saying and thinking, where does it come from and what should we be doing about it? Should we really be encouraging women on very low wages that they have to leave their children at 10 months old, like this woman did, so they can go back to work to a job that they don't like? Because I'm telling you, it is absolutely 100% not beneficial to children. It's not. If you take your children to nursery, if you go into play groups, if you do like different reading and play and whatever activities, if you talk to your children, they are definitely not better off without you.
I have.
So how do you think Elodie is well prepared for school now
From 10 months.
she's been in early years?
Well, she's super confident. She's very confident. So I think that's definitely, nursery.
Yes, but you probably don't have more than one child. So I'm telling you that most of our children are not born blank slates. They are definitely fully functioned, fully formed personalities, and unfortunately, we have very little to do with it. Or fortunately, as the case may be, we don't have much. We don't have much influence in who our children are.
Independent, she can go around the place. And I feel as well, the most key thing is to be able to ask for help if she needs that, even just water or the toilet and stuff like that.
And that's why you should send your children to Montessori, because they won't ask for water. They'll go and get their little glasses and they'll go to the water jug and they'll top up the glass and they will take it to their table and they will sit down and they will push their chair in and they will drink their water and then they will go and take it and put it away. So if you can get to a decent Montessori, I would recommend that for your children. Mine all went from about 2.5 for a couple of hours, 3 times a week. Maybe they were 3.
I personally feel if she hadn't been in a setting and just been home with me, you can only do so much, but you can't create those social environments.
No, that's why you go to play groups that are about £1 to go to. Totally affordable.
And I think that's what's really set her up ready for school.
So in order to be ready for school, this generation of children apparently need to be at school for about 3 years before they're ready for school. Like, how did we do it? How did most of us do it? Like, there wasn't daycare when I was a child. It just wasn't. And my mother, she cleaned offices and stuff when my dad got home from work. And my grandparents, I'm sure, stepped in. My grandmother, maybe. But they were old for, like, my mother's generation. My mother was a very, very young mother. She was a teenager when she became a mother, but her mother was about 40 when she had her. So she was grandparent age and couldn't work. So maybe that was the gap that needs plugging. But we were ready for school. You couldn't go to play group, which you could be dropped until you were out of nappies. So you were school ready. You used to be school ready. I just think parents used to be parents. And now I think parents think you just have a child and you just leave it to its own devices and it manages just to grow into an adult.
And what would your message to parents be about the difference it can make to working parents, to their family, to their child?
Well, what I would say is if you can afford to stay home with your children, do it. And if your government stands in your way and makes it totally unaffordable, then there's something gone wrong fundamentally with this country. That's what I would say.
I would say get your children into nursery, even if it is just for a few hours. It doesn't have to be that full daycare. Just utilise what is being offered.
There is no way that if a nursery place, right, there is no way if I'm running a nursery and I'm employing however many people and I'm getting money from a government, maybe it's attached to a school, and so the school's budget is being boosted and everyone's become a business manager in school. That seems to be the biggest responsibility of a head teacher nowadays is to balance books rather than teach children. We all know that because we've seen the quality of schools is utterly abhorrent, terrible in this country. So what you have is you have business managers. Now, if they're going to employ a certain number of staff and you want your child to go to nursery for 10 hours a week, let's say you think, oh, do you know what? 10 hours a week, that's really great. I'm going to enroll. Do you think you're going to get a place, or do you think somebody who wants 30 or 40 hours a week is going to get a place? Because they've got to have the same number of children. So if you just pop in Do you really think they're going to take you? Because I don't think they're going to take you. I would imagine if we did a freedom of information request to government nurseries and grants handed out and all this, wherever this money is going, I would imagine most people are in sort of 30, most little children are in 30 hours or more. That will be the majority of the places. And I don't expect very many people, well, will probably be allowed to take up for a few hours a week. But that's just a gut feeling. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
And there's a setting for everyone. There's a nursery for everyone, whether that be your forest schools, whether that be full daycare, playgroups, all of that. There is something out there for them.
From today, thousands more children will be eligible.
I don't think you're really allowed to hug children that much because of safeguarding.
For up to 30 hours of funded childcare, thanks to our plan for change. Speak to your provider or search up childcare choices to see what's available.
So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the government gaslighting people by saying that children are better off without their mothers. Personally, I think that is an absolutely shameful state of affairs. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, you're probably wrong. Anyway, do enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you again at about 3:00 for something just so much more fun. But anyway, when it comes to women's rights, I feel this is an appropriate song. You like to give them away, don't they?